Hello Nakamas, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I want to talk about a very interesting topic, the potential power-ups the Straw Hat Pirates could receive, especially now that Oda himself has stated the story will move at a much faster pace. The big question is, are we about to see massive game-changing power boosts or just smaller upgrades that will be enough to survive the final stretch of One Piece? One of the most talked about subjects in recent weeks has been Oda's comment about accelerating the story. Some of you might ask, but Rix, what does that have to do with power-ups? And the answer is everything. Right now, only a handful of Straw Hats can truly compete with Yonko-level crews, but we all know that can't be their final limit. If Luffy's crew is destined to become the strongest pirate crew in history, then they must surpass an entire Yonko crew as a whole. However, at this moment, only a few Straw Hats actually reach that level. In fact, several members haven't even had real combat spotlight in recent arcs, simply because they wouldn't realistically stand a chance against the enemies being introduced. Looking back at Wano, aside from Luffy and the new monster trio, only Robin, Frankie, and Nami defeated Yonko officers in true one-on-one fights. In Nami's case, she was extremely fortunate to have Big Mom's homie with her. It was Zeus's power that truly allowed her to defeat Ulti. Meanwhile, although Chopper, Brook, and Usopp had their moments, they didn't show enough to truly rival a Yonko crew. Let's be honest. Since the end of Fishman Island, the Straw Hats' battle rhythm has been very inconsistent. Many of them didn't even participate in major fights. Chopper is a clear example. Since Punk Hazard, most of his battles have been minor or incomplete clashes, rather than decisive victories. Usopp is another case. Despite awakening observation haki, his big moment in Dressrosa relied heavily on luck. There's no denying that Sugar's defeat was mostly a fortunate accident. So what will happen to them now? Will the Straw Hats continue to lose relevance in the final saga? Hopefully not, because while some of them have received power-ups, we rarely see those boosts tested in proper one-on-one fights. With the story entering a faster-paced phase, Oda could do the same thing he did for Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Give the Straw Hats clear and efficient power-ups that raise their combat level in a short amount of time. And this shouldn't apply only to the weaker members. Even the strongest ones still need to grow, because the final enemies are on a completely different level. The real challenge is how Oda can power everyone up quickly without it feeling forced. Luffy's growth was explained through his Devil Fruit awakening and advanced Conqueror's Haki. Zoro gained a new sword and learned to wield Conqueror's Haki as well. Sanji awakened the dormant Germa enhancements within his body. So what about the rest of the crew? The truth is, they don't need anything overly complex. A simple, well-explained power-up would be enough to push them to levels we've never seen before. And that power-up is Haki. After the time skip, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji became dramatically stronger simply by learning armament and observation Haki. Before that, they couldn't even damage a pacifista. Afterward, armament Haki alone was enough to defeat one effortlessly. That was a massive leap in power. And honestly, that's exactly what the Straw Hats need right now. Robin and Frankie already deserve huge respect for defeating Yonko officers without any confirmed Haki usage. Once they start using armament and observation Haki in real combat, it wouldn't be surprising to see them approach Yonko commander level. Brook and Chopper, on the other hand, could comfortably reach the level of Yonko officers with enough power to defeat them outright. Brook is especially interesting. Sometimes he feels incredibly strong, and other times you wonder what his real limit even is. Chopper has the same issue. Enormous potential, but held back by fear or lack of true combat experience. As for Usopp, I have very few complaints. His aim is absolutely insane. What he lacks is raw power. If he gains that, he could become a serious threat to almost anyone. Yonko commanders, admirals, even members of the Gorosei. Usopp's danger level depends entirely on the power behind his ammunition, because one thing is guaranteed, he will land the shot. Imagine a hypothetical scenario. Just like Joy Boy's Haki was sealed within Emeth's rope, if a bullet contained sealed Joy Boy level Haki, Usopp could cause absolute devastation, even pushing Emu to the brink of defeat. That's Usopp in a nutshell. He has the skill, the power comes from external sources. It's very similar to Nami's situation with Zeus. Thanks to Zeus, she became a major threat overnight. It wouldn't be shocking if her power rivaled that of a third Yonko commander. The good news is that these power-ups could happen at any moment. The Straw Hats are fully aware of hockey and its importance. It's just that they haven't had the time to truly learn it, and that's understandable. It took Luffy nearly 2 years to master the basics of hockey. Since the crew reunited, only a few months have passed in story. They've had far less exposure to hockey than Luffy did. Most likely, when the next major battle begins, we'll see hockey awakening in the middle of combat. They'll try to use it by imitating their crewmates who already possess it. After all, in One Piece, you grow faster in battle than through training alone. And right now, there's a legendary pirate nun, Elbaf, whose hockey surpasses everyone's, including Luffy's. Just like Rayleigh trained Luffy, Gaban could guide the rest of the crew. Gaban might even scold them for not knowing how to use hockey, reminding them that it's essential if they want to support their captain's dream. That would be the perfect motivation for the Straw Hats to learn hockey as quickly as possible. And if they ever clash with the Blackbeard pirates, individual battles will be unavoidable. Against a crew full of devil fruit users, hockey will be absolutely crucial. That said, we should limit our expectations to pirates and marines. To fight the gods' knights or anyone bound by Imu, the crew would need advanced conqueror's hockey on a whole different level. For now, only Luffy and Zoro possess it. In the future, Sanji could join them, and maybe, just maybe, Jinbei, though I have my doubts about him. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much to everyone who made it to the end of the video. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media for One Piece news and channel updates. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.